Nah, I mean, hey, man, listen, I respect your opinion, man. I definitely respect your opinion. I do know Logic dropped an album, as we always talk about criticism. And I'm always quick to have a criticism of my opinion of Logic's album.
Of
But
Logic.
before,
Be honest. Just say what it actually is.
I mean, but I do feel like before I give any opinion on Logic's album, I rather the people that are of high favor of Logic speak on them first.
So Logic put out a new project called Bobby Tarantino 3 after retiring last year for under a year. So Logic is back.
Is that even
like he never left?
He took a lunch break, bro.
That's like that.
What's the proper
Sabbatical?
term? Yeah, sabbatical. That's what it is.
That's it. Thank you. Sabbatical is the best word. So he put out this new project, and I'm not gonna lie to listeners. I am a Logic fan, but when I started listening to this project, I wasn't really feeling it that much. There's a song on there specifically called My Way that I do not like at all. I actually despise that song. That being said, though, after you get past that song, it's not that bad of a project. I think it's okay. I think this project to me is like another 3 out of 5 type project. You know what I mean? It's definitely worth a listen. I wouldn't say it's great, but it's good. You know what I mean? If you like Logic, then you should listen to this album. But if you're not a fan of Logic, then I can understand as to why you probably wouldn't like it. That being said, though, Logic's on here rapping and doesn't get too heavily into his singing shit. But I'm curious to see what he does for his next album because I always feel like the Bobby and Tarantinos are like a nice in between something else. So you know what I mean? And it just so happens that he did put out his album last year, his retirement album, quote unquote. So I'm curious to see as to what he puts out next year.
Sabbatical album. This is an album.
It's a project. I mean, fuck it. It is what it is. If you want to call it an album, cool. I'm not mad if it is an album.
I was gonna say if the man says, "Hey, this is my album that I've given y'all after retirement," it's an album.
So you don't like it. So what are your thoughts?
I didn't say I didn't like it. You got anything to say, Lau?
He didn't listen.
Yeah.
Be honest. I'm the only one who likes Logic here. It's not a secret. You know what I mean? If the listeners have been listening for a while, go back and listen to the Logic video where we actually talk about Logic and then come back here.
Yeah, come back here. Because personally, to me, I will say this. So I'll start it off by saying this. The other night before I guess the album that came out and I just had stuff playing. I guess one song that popped up was Call Me randomly. And I was like, oh, this is a good song.
I like that song.
Yeah. And I was like, oh, this is a really good song. And I was like, this is the type of music I like. And I was like, it sounds like that one guy I'm not a big fan of.
Well, name names. Go on, man. Don't be afraid.
And then I realized, I'm like, oh shit, it's Logic. So
that one guy.
Yeah. So I'm like, okay, nice single. Let me go press play. And I'm not gonna lie to you, man. I'm not mad at the album. The album's not that bad to me. Yeah.
I'm shocked.
I'm not gonna lie. I really thought this was I'll be honest with you. I was like, this is an album that I would play, even if I'm not listening to it. This is something I would have as background music. To me, it's good background music while also the music's good on the album. Now, I will say this, despite me saying all that, I am still some of my takes on Logic are still there, right, where I don't believe to me, he doesn't show any originality. At one point there was a song where I thought there was Little Uzi singing the hook. And then I realized it was Logic. That might've been Vaccine or Get Up within it was shortly after the album started.
Right.
So I was like, oh, this sounds like Lil Uzi. And then I was like, that's Logic, which was weird. I'll put it like this. The same way we talked about Isaiah Rashad as someone that's new listening. If I never heard who Logic was and I heard this album, I would be a fan of his. I will say, I could say that, but knowing the music he has made and hearing this and hearing the music I'm hearing, I will listen to this project I'm not. It doesn't necessarily mean I became a fan of his, right? But it's not a bad album. I think my favorite 2 songs on here may be "Flawless" and "Call Me," and I think "Flawless" is just. I think "Flawless" is just an interesting song, but I think I'm not sure if it's my way, but there is a song on here I'm not a fan of where he calls himself the boy, which we are. It's not even an arguable thing that we all know
Who the
that
boy
Drake
is.
Yeah, Drake has always proclaimed himself to be the boy. So I guess this is his what's the dude's name from Mortal Kombat, the shapeshifts?
Shang Tsung.
Yeah, like I guess this is like another technique in his Shang Tsung tactics.
Oh Jesus!
Oh God! I'm serious because listen, man. I like this project. I'll listen to this project. I've actually saved some of the songs from this project to my phone, right?
Right.
But I also know, like, hey, this sounds like to me, knowing who Logic is as being a rapper, this sounds like someone that's trying to sound like the more current sound. And to me, I was curious to see how you thought of it because he's singing by your standards on most of this album. So
my way, he's singing on that song, and that's undeniable.
Yeah,
I don't really know what to say about that.
Yeah, hey man, this is your king.
Lau, did you have anything to say? I had one more point. If you had something to say,
go ahead, man.